This lesson is about using random numbers to draw a figure. In graphics and in computer games, the use of random numbers pops up a lot. Java has a good random number generator built into it. You can give it a seed value and have it produce the same set of numbers in the same order, or you can just call it without a seed, and if you do, it will start with a random seed and go from there. By default, it won't pick the same set of numbers again. Now, the random number generator produces values in a floating point format in the range from 0 to 1. I find that a lot of the time I need to find a random number between two integers, so I came up with a simple method that does that for me. This is it, here at the bottom. If you pass in a couple of integers, the small one first, it will return an integer within that range. Now, here's how it works. This is a call to the random method of the math class, which returns a double value between 0 and 1. In the real world, the values of absolute 0 and absolute 1 are actually never returned, so you can forget about that problem. Well, you can worry about it if you want to. I know I have, but it's not worth coding around. This random number is multiplied by the possible range. For example, if we want to get a number between 3 and 9, the difference is 6, so this would multiply the random number by one more than that, which is 7. So now we have a floating point value that's between 0 and 7. We add the low value back into the number to put it inside the range we want. The low value in this example is 3, so now we have a floating point number in the range 3 to 10. But as I said earlier, the values of 0 and 1 never really happen, so what we actually have is something in the range of 3 point something to 9 point something. When we cast it back to an integer, that is, when we convert the thing to an int, the decimal portion is just chopped off, so the result is an integer in the range 3 to 9, which is just exactly what we wanted. Now, this thing works well in the integer ranges, even if one or both of the numbers input to it are 0 or negative. It's important, however, that the lowest value be the first argument because of the subtraction and because it's the one that's added back into the number. Now, let me show you how the randint method is used. This loop draws 100 figures. As you'll see, the type of the figure and its color is chosen at random. The loop starts off by selecting a color. This is done by creating a new color object based on 3 random numbers. Each of the 3 numbers that define the color is in the range 0 to 255, so randint is called 3 times to generate 3 random numbers in that range. Now, the values of x and y are set. The x and y coordinates determine the position of the upper left-hand corner of the figure to be drawn. The lowest possible value of each one is the width of the window to the left and the height of the window above. That way, the upper left corner of the figure will be out of the window to the left and above if either of these values is chosen to be a negative number. Likewise, the bottom or right of the figure could be out of the window on the right or bottom if the upper left corner of the figure is inside the window, but the window is not big enough to hold it. The width of the figure ranges from 5 pixels up to the width of the window, and the height of the figure ranges from 5 pixels up to the height of the window. Here in the switch statement, which ranges from 0 to 4, a shape is picked at random. Here, if the selection value is 0, the outline of a rectangle is drawn in the size and color that has been pre-selected. If the value is 1, a rectangular area is filled. The values of 3 and 4 will draw and fill oval shapes. This whole loop repeats 100 times and fills the window with rectangles and ovals of various colors. Here's the result. Now, every time this window is resized, it's painted all over again. The paint method is called to repaint it. And since it's doing it with random numbers based on the size and on randint, it does it differently every time.